It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
We are back together finally.
I know. It's been forever. I know.
I think we've had 3 weeks of either just me or just you.
Exactly. So, yay for everyone who gets to watch it with both of us this week.
This is rAVe TV, our weekly Wednesday TV show. Comes on noon every Wednesday. It's on ravepubs.com, on YouTube, also on Facebook, and LinkedIn and Twitter as well. And we do this live. We're actually live here in the East Coast at noon. So that means it's 9 a.m. on the West Coast, which, Steph, I literally just flew back from. I did the red eye. I hate doing red eyes. I don't know why I put myself through this, but I did the red eye.
Every time I when we come back, we typically fly Delta when we go to the West Coast, and when we fly back, there's usually not a ton of great options. So as you know, the Vegas flight, on the way back, to not have a layover, it's a red eye. And so I've done that before, and then just worked the next day, and just you're just tired all day. You don't feel good.
Yeah, but the alternative is to sit in an airplane all day and feel like you're getting nothing done.
Yeah, so exactly. There's no good time. So
and it's a long
anyone
flight.
from the West Coast coming to InfoComm this year, y'all have fun.
There'll be quite a few. In fact, I'm working on a column right now. Kind of a call to everyone in the industry. What are you waiting for? Sign up for InfoComm. This is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. If you're on the fence, I don't know why you're on the fence. I don't know what the logic would be of not attending this show. Yeah. It's going to have digital signage. It's going to have UC. It's going to have rAVe. It's going to have rental staging. It's going to have live events. It's going to have new meeting technology, and a lot of new products. There's going to be a lot of I don't know, they typically call them whisper suites. Steph, where there's going to be a lot of secret product introductions that were
in the meeting room area where they have product demo rooms. Yep.
Yeah. In fact, Sony had one at the E4. They had a whisper suite with some new products in there. And there's going to be a lot of new stuff. And it's been a while since we've had a get together like this in North America where everyone's kind of, where everyone's going to be together. Last year's InfoComm was great, but it still was only 550 or 600 booths. This one's going to be 900 booths. So it's going to be 900
I'm excited.
Companies.
I'm actually tasking a few of our blog squatters with writing different guides to InfoComm. So Scott Tyner is going to write a technology manager's guide to InfoComm. Leonard Suskin is going to write a consultant's guide to how to do InfoComm.
So that is a good idea.
Yeah,
good idea,
Sarah. So I'm going to that was Sarah Abrams who was helping me with that. We had a brainstorming session, so I can't take the kudos on that, but those are for her. But
we should also mention, I know we got a lot of stuff to cover, but there was a big breaking news earlier today. In my opinion, it's kind of breaking news.
Oh,
so a lot of people in our industry know Jason Knott. And Jason Knott was with Julie Jacobs, started CE Pro and Commercial Integrator, which is historically been one of our competitive publications. Jason just went over to D-Tools stuff. So basically, we might be the only option at this moment in time for news. They're going to have to replace him. I mean, they're going to have to get somebody out there to replace him. Of course, you got Dan Freezy, who's doing a phenomenal job.
Who's over at Commercial Integrator. Yeah. And he's excellent. So
that's a good hire for D-Tools. D-Tools is that's a really good hire for them. And I'm kind of surprised. It's always unusual. I mean, he's been in the industry 20 some years. It's always unusual when somebody goes from that side of the business into the other side of the business. And it'll be interesting to see how they use him, I think.
Anyway,
that news is breaking this morning, and we'll put that. I wrote up the story. I don't know if we had a chance to post it yet, but if
I haven't posted it yet, but I'll post it as soon as we end the broadcast.
Yeah, so just ravepubs.com, go read the story, and it explains what he's going to do, or at least what they're saying he's going to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't mean to throw you off, Steph, but how you been, by the way? I haven't seen you in person in a while.
Good. I've been good. It's been, I think I'm kind of enjoying the next month of, being at home before I start my grand summer tour of travel. Which
y'all are going
to
go to Disney. I heard, I just found out today after InfoComm, a bunch of you are going to Disney.
Yeah, which, like, I love when everyone is talking. Everyone has so many opinions about whether they like Infocom in Vegas or Infocom in Orlando. I think I prefer Infocom in Orlando,
I do too, just because of Disney.
Yeah, you're a Disney guy, so yeah, you get it.
But I'm not going after Infocom.
No.
This is gonna be a trip for y'all to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's exciting for y'all to go.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's been a while since we've gone to Disney as a team. So
Yeah.
I think that, the people who wanted to stay, we just kind of, grabbed a hotel over at Disney for the night, and we're just going to go and enjoy. It'll be great. We're going to Epcot, which is like the best adult park for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. You just drink your way around the park.
Exactly.
And there's a new ride there, there's
Ratatouille, the Ratatouille ride.
Well, not just that, they have Guardians of the Galaxy just opened.
Oh, that's right. I was just at Epcot like a couple weeks ago, actually.
Did you forget about did you go to Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I did not do that.
Was the line too long or what?
Yeah, and like the group that I was with, I was there for a girl's birthday, and she was just like, "Oh, I don't really care about that many rides." And so I didn't get to ride everything, which kind of made me sad because I really wanted to ride Test Track too. That one's a good one.
That's one of my daughter's favorite rides. I just never get anything out of that ride, but I get why she likes it. But speaking of Disney, I don't know if you saw the news, but it looks like the Fantasmic show will be put on hold for a little while.
Oh my God.
The dragon burned up.
Because it exploded.
The dragon spits fire, caught on fire.
Yes. And so I remember seeing a tweet about it where someone was like, imagine like you're emerging from Splash Mountain and it's about to go down the hill, and you just look and you see this like exploded dragon like right beside you. Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, they'll be fine. It's Disney.
But I was in California for the E4 show, and that is this distributor event. It's probably the biggest regional event. I mean, it's definitely bigger than I've been to AVI Live. I've been to all the other regional kind of integrator shows. It's definitely bigger than any of those. This was probably the best turnout they've had since 2018 as far as numbers go. My keynote was packed, but I did a short, like maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes, something in that range, tour of the show floor.
It was 12.
It could have been 12. They posted on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it was 12 minutes on LinkedIn.
How'd they get it on LinkedIn?
I don't know. 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think that must. I think last
live
before
LinkedIn Live. That's how.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did it live, so it can be longer. But any case, it didn't seem that long to me. But in any case,
literally me. And then
I want to show the very beginning. It's only a minute and a half. I just showed a minute and a half of this tour because it kind of gives you a feel for how many people are there and what's going on, and a couple of a sneak peek at a couple of brand new products that were on the show floor for the first time since ISE. So take a look at this real quick. Hey, this is Gary Kay. We're here at the E4 in Santa Clara, California, second stop of the 2023 Exertis Almo E4 experience. I'm going to take you for we're live on LinkedIn. Thanks to my LinkedIn followers for following me. We're live, and we're going to give you a very quick show floor tour. Only going to make this a few minutes. I'm going to stop at some of the new things that I'm seeing here on the show floor that I haven't seen since ISE. The first is I want to show you the short throw projector from Epson that's native 21:9 aspect ratio. So this is designed for Microsoft Teams rooms, front row experience. But look at the projector. Come here and look at this. This is a short throw, 18 inches away, generating a 120-inch image. Short throw 4K projector from Epson, specifically designed for Microsoft Teams rooms. But they also have they have a consumer version of this for your house if you want to put this on your mantle and have a kind of a home theater. All right, let's take a look at the XC from BrightSign. XC is their newest media player. It's basically a video wall controller and media player in one because it has 4 HDMI outputs, each 1080. That gives you a 4K image. These monitors, the outputs don't have to be in a 2x2 configuration. They can be any form factor, any shape or size, so it gives you the ability to do multiple pieces of content from the same imager and do something kind of creative in digital signage. Oh, let's show them one. I did plan on it being short. I did not know it was 12 minutes. Like you literally telling me this just now.
No,
was the first time I heard it was 12 minutes.
No, because I am the same way. When I get really excited about like going through something, like I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like we did great. That was 5 minutes. And then like the video shooter is like, that was 17, Steph. Like you're done. So I only mention that because you are just like me in that regard.
Yeah,
where you just like get excited. But no, it's a great video, and you can watch it in its entirety. It was a LinkedIn Live, but it lives on Gary's LinkedIn page. So if you want to go watch the full video, you can check
the
that
link
out
is
there.
actually there, so you can watch it. But one of the companies that was there, Steph, was Legrand, and they had a bunch of stuff there, and they did have the C2G USB HDMI adapter that they wanted us to talk about today, the hub product. That was very popular because a lot of people are coming in with they want to dumb down systems or simplify it with USB and HDMI. So you want to talk about that real quick?
Yes. So this is a 3-input combo to HDMI 1 output KVM. It's got power delivery. It's 4K at 60 hertz. So yes, this is just kind of meant to provide some flexibility, giving you the option to switch between 3 computing devices using like 1 keyboard, display, and mouse. So it's like ideal for like accessing like multiple devices because, as you know, many of us in the industry need to do that. And obviously C2G is great. So
well, and also think about it, you can use it as a switcher for a mic, multiple mics, multiple USB cameras, a mic and a camera.
Exactly. So it's a great product. It provides like so much flexibility. Honestly, the options are pretty endless. So if you want to check out more, all you have to do is scan the QR code that has appeared on the screen down at the bottom left, and you can check that out. The link lives there, and highly recommend you doing that. And they're going to bring it to InfoComm as well, so you'll be able to get to see it in person there.
It's funny how a lot of the most popular products now are small.
They're small.
It's really not,
good. Yeah. But that's what people need. They need something like compact that's able to like be powerful and help them simplify like what's going on for the end user.
Space, this is going to be a popular product.
Exactly.
It's a simple way to do simple switching in a room. Hey, how's the voting going on the Reader's Choice Awards? That is actually live right now, and you can vote almost all the way up to InfoComm, and this is you deciding who wins.
Last time I checked, we had over 1,000 entries. So I know it's going to be open. Yeah. And we've switched it up a little bit this year. We're keeping it open until May 24th. Just because we are going to announce like before InfoComm, when previously we would announce during InfoComm, just to give the winning companies the chance to write up press releases and get assets together and anything else that they might want to do before InfoComm.
We'll announce those before InfoComm. Each of the brands will highlight the products that win. And this is I love the awards just because it's all gonna be decided by the readers. So it's only been up a few days.
The awards came in the other day. I know you might not have gotten to see them in person.
No,
they look great. They look so good. Anne Marie did an excellent job.
I saw the mock-up of it.
They're great. So I'm excited for y'all to be able to get to see them at InfoComm because they are really cool. And I'm excited that we did that this year. But continuing on, I know I like to talk about like some launch and learns that are coming up. One of our next ones is going to be in a partnership with Hetma. And this is a really cool launch and learn. It's about broadcast quality productions for the education market. Like, this is kind of a market that isn't as talked about, even though their setup needs to be as professional or even more so than other areas of our industry. So highly recommend you joining and checking this out if this is a corner of the market you work in. It's going to be May 9th, and that is at 1 p.m. Eastern. And once again, if you would like to join or find out more information about how you can register, you can just scan the QR code, or you can go to LAVE that's launch.com. So, and of course, you can also watch any of our past events on demand too, which I'll talk about that a little bit more coming up. But yeah, so one of our sponsors and partners that we are very grateful works with us. And as you can see, Gary and I are very big fans. We are literally using their gear as we speak. This is Shure, and we have a video from this company that we're going to show you.
That was fast. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, that was not a good video, and that is on Shure's STEM ecosystem, and you can find out more about that by going to Shure's website. The STEM ecosystem is very, very cool. They bought that other company out a few years ago, wasn't
STEM
it?
Audio, yeah. Hey, I have a question. I'm curious about the traction of sustainability, because I know we're doing this whole thing about sustainability in our industry. You got a couple of articles that I know you're going to talk about. I'm kind of curious as to what the response has been, because I was wondering if people really care about that yet in our market as much as we do.
It's I feel like it is definitely taking off. You know, I think that this is something that a lot of people care about but aren't sure how to become a part of the movement, or aren't sure how to start encouraging like sustainable practices at their business. So I highly recommend checking out rAVe, and that's the sustainability and AV organization run by Christina DeBono. And we recently had a sustainability and AV launch and learn. It was initially supposed to be hosted by Megan Adetta and Dan Farisi, but Megan couldn't make it, so I stepped in for her at the last minute. So I wasn't as good as she would have been, but I tried my best coming in a couple days beforehand. And Christina was obviously our expert who joined us for the launch and learn, and it was honestly fantastic. And we raised I want to say $15,000 for different sustainable.
That's what Megan told me.
Yeah, for different sustainable charities in our industry, which is so amazing. And a lot of those donations did go to rAVe. So if you want to find out more about the launch and learn, and about all of the organizations and companies, we partnered with different companies in our industry to talk about what they're doing, so they could give you, as other manufacturers, some ideas about what you can do in your businesses to become more sustainable. Dan actually wrote a blog post about it, and it is posted on our site, so you can check that out at the QR code, or you can go to ravepubs.com. It's a really good piece, and of course, like I mentioned, you can watch the launch and learn on demand as well by going to lavnch.com. It was an hour long, so it doesn't take too much time out of your day or anything. And honestly, it was really great, and I'm glad that I got to join it. So it was awesome.
Thanks for doing that for Megan. Yesterday we were presented with the world's first purple PTZ camera, Steph.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We have a little video of that. So
oh my gosh, I can't wait to check this out.
Sponsor rAVe. So if you want the rAVe purple, that's not just any PTZ camera. That is a PTZ camera that is HX, NDI HX as well. Cool. It's already certified. It's full PTZ, and it's a camera perfect for meeting rooms, conference rooms, classrooms, things like that. And of course, rAVe is doing some really cool stuff. They're just focusing on that segment of the UC market, meeting room market, classroom market. And these new cameras have really high quality imagers in them. So I'm excited that we'll have a rAVe purple camera in our office and in our conference facility to use when we want. But
that's so cool.
Not a whole lot. We got this purple going, don't we?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah. It's a great product. And it was interesting. So they had all their stuff out at the E4, and they said the most popular thing was the purple camera.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. And yes, so if you go watch Gary's whole tour on his LinkedIn, they have the purple camera sitting out. That's why I cut the video early, because I was like, wait, let us play the other video first before anyone sees the purple camera.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Good point.
But it's so cool. So that's so awesome. I also asked Chris from Shure when he was on, because they recently partnered with Gator to make different mic stands and arms for the MV7. And I tried to get him to tell me if they would put those on colorware so that I could potentially get a rAVe purple one to go in here. And he was like, "Ooh, let me find out." So, we're purpling it up.
Hey, it's a pretty color.
Yeah, it's great.
So we have a case study on our site, or really kind of a story about the future of case studies in a way, because Marco's renewed their agreement, and I'm gonna pronounce all this wrong, but there's this live event that they do every year which is the Phoenix de Luminaire, event that they do every year. You know, all these live events where you're doing projection mapping and lighting through projection. You know, they're immersive exhibits. They've renewed their agreement with that team, and they're going to continue doing this. We're going to see a lot more of these sort of applications, these sort of high-end entertainment applications using projectors.
I have a story that I wanted to bring up as well. So this is on deep fakes. Gary, do you know what deep fakes are?
Yeah, I do. Where you can make somebody look like they're saying something that they're not saying.
Yeah, isn't that so scary and creepy?
It is very creepy.
So Bob Snyder wrote a piece on this for our site, and it's kind of about how this like magazine in Germany got in trouble because they thought that a deep fake was real of Michael Schumacher, because they thought it was like an actual interview.
The race car driver?
Yes. Okay. This like video came out, and this magazine thought it was real, posted it on the site, and got in huge trouble. The family is now like suing them, and the editor responsible has been fired. It is like this whole thing.
Did the deep fake defame somebody?
No, it was just like, I think it was just the fact that it was of him, because he hasn't been seen in public since he had a brain injury after a ski accident. So I think it's just the fact that it was like such a big deal because people thought this was like his first like step into the public eye, and his family is now like, no, like he didn't. So they're taking legal action against the magazine. It's like this whole thing. And
I mean, it's a version of AI, right? I mean, you got using AI, you're able to, I mean, you see it where they're making animals look like they're talking in TikTok videos. I've seen that recently.
Yeah, so it's like it began as like this silly little thing, and now it's become actually scary. And Bob was talking about like we could potentially have to worry about this in video conferencing, like a fake presence. So he was like,
especially when they're doing it in video and you're not totally sure they're there. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. So he was like, what if someone joined your meeting and it was an outright fake created with like criminal intent? Like this could be a cybersecurity issue.
I thought about that.
And yeah, so he talks about like how this is potentially like really scary for our industry, but Intel has created this thing called Fake Catcher, which is a deep fake detector, and it can detect fake videos with like it says a 96% accuracy rate, because it like can zoom into like a pixel by pixel version of your video and detect blood flow. So if it's like there's no blood flow in this person, it like can tell that it's an AI generated image.
Wow. It's interesting because, you know, I have mixed feelings about this because Intel's going to make a lot of money on this because of this other thing that's happening. It reminds me of like in the early days of computers, there were companies that built software platforms, and they still exist for cybersecurity and hacking and to keep you from getting bugs and malware on your computer. But those same companies could be the ones building the malware and the bugs. So therefore they sell more software.
I don't think,
like if you have more of this deep fake stuff happening, then you're more likely to have a company that's selling deep fake catching stuff become more normalized and something everyone has to have.
I hope that like, I feel like Intel as a company has
I agree.
More of an ethical obligation.
But look at McAfee.
Yeah.
I mean, like McAfee was a big cybersecurity / software security company, but look what happened to the founder. I mean, like he you know, kind of went off the deep end. So, I mean, you never know, right? I mean, you never know what's going to happen to somebody and how industry is going to move. So,
but it's like, how do you then it's almost just like, you know, are we just going to be in this like terrible situation forever where like, you know, like how are we ever going to get out of this?
Well,
like
I mean,
using AI for criminal intent.
Yeah. I mean, you may not like Elon Musk, but he has a concept where, hey, we should slow down AI and decide how to regulate it before we move forward. Maybe that's something that would help us, right? Maybe we're moving too fast.
Maybe. I mean, I know that like schools are like not sure what to do about ChatGPT and are like.
Speaking of which, UNC put together the chancellor of UNC put together a committee of like 10 people to decide what the university is going to do about.
Oh, that's cool.
Essay writing, and content, how they're going to check it.
I
they're going
know.
to address all these issues like graphic design, how to figure out if somebody actually designed it or used Dolly to do it or whatever. Yeah.
It's interesting. A lot of people have actually asked me like my thoughts on Chat GPT as like an editor, and they're like, "Are you worried that it's going to be able to, do your job for you?" And I'm like, "Not really, because like what we should be doing as, editors and writers is, we should be figuring out how to use that not to do our jobs for us, but use it as a resource."
Well, here's a scenario that was brought up by one of the journalism professors that you and I both know at UNC that is kind of interesting. He brought this to my attention. He's like, right now, all the big reporters in the industry use sources. And those sources are all over the place. And those sources are online. But really, unless you're watching all the things the sources are posting online all at the same time, you have to have a relationship with the source. And then you use that source to write up your story.
Exactly.
What if AI could find all of those things that are posted and write up the story for you? And he thinks we're a year away from that. He thinks we're a year away from professional reporting literally being sucked up by AI, meaning not investigative, but professional reporting, meaning all the regular news that you see on the radio and here on the radio or on the television, basically being completely automatically generated by the sources of people, which will not only include traditional sources, but what everyone is saying on Twitter. If enough people are saying the same thing, you can make some assumptions that it must be true, and you add it as a paragraph to the story. You say, and this is he pitched it in an interesting way. He's like, imagine a story, not just saying sources on Twitter say, but it says literally 87,432 people in the last 45 minutes have said this on Twitter, and only 11 people have said it's not true. So we believe it's true. So what happens, you get this aggregated news very rapidly, as opposed to having even take the time to sit down. And he thinks it's possible that we won't be teaching journalism, but we'll only be teaching investigative journalism.
Potentially, I see where you're going with that, but I also see it still being up to us to have to verify that information. Like, just because 87% of Twitter users are saying something doesn't mean it's true.
Correct. I mean, but it is most of the time we have classes on data, DATA based, that data dash based, not database,
journalism,
journalism, and they're saying follow the data. And that's what Chat GPT is doing, is aggregating. All it does is aggregate data. So if we are going to be data based, do we either follow the data and still have to verify it, or are we gonna just follow the data? And that it's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought about how rapidly this can happen. Like, for example, the example he used is there's an earthquake somewhere in the world. In the old days, that would take minutes, potentially even dozens of minutes to report, whereas currently, right now, people find out about it by just scrolling through their Twitter feed because somebody's actually in the earthquake experiencing it. But imagine if that article actually was automatically written based on all of these people personal experiences on Twitter and Facebook and wherever about the earthquake, and it immediately gets published. So within seconds, all the content that's there is automatically published. Now, sure, do you have to verify that? Sure, maybe, but it could be done later. But the article's already out there, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting, the question is, do we regulate? Do we do what Elon Musk is saying? Do we regulate it, or do we let it just go?
There's going to have to be regulation, because like there could be fake users, if AI can write this article, it can also
hundreds of thousands of
generate fake tweets. So it's still going to be up to a person to have to be able to tell and verify what is real and what is not. And I think that we're going to have to use Chat GPT like we were formerly using programs like R. So I was writing a story about clemency in the United States in grad school. And I had downloaded this giant CSV file of everyone who had been let go from prison in the past 5 years. It had thousands upon thousands of fields. I can't look at that with my eyes, and be able to glean information.
You could automate that.
So I uploaded it to R, and I was telling R, okay, filter it by this, now filter it by this, now filter it by this, and give me those names. We can use Chat GPT as an easier version of that. So I see it as being able to help us filter filter information and read it easier, and using it as a resource potentially for creating an outline of a story. Like, hey, I want to write a story about this. Can you help me create an outline? Or things like that. But I don't see it being able to write our stories for us, because there needs to be that human who can still be able to tell what is real and what is fake. AI is not there yet.
It's happening so fast. It's scary how fast it has happened, because it's just the first week of December the article started coming out when it went live. But look, we're only, I don't know, what are we, maybe 6 weeks away from InfoComm? I mean, if you haven't signed up for InfoComm yet, you need to go ahead and sign up, because and we have a free code for you to use to register. You can use rAVe as a code, and if you do that, we'll come by our booth. We'll give you a free t-shirt when you enter the show floor. We're going to be right there at the entrance. Our booth is right next to the entrance to the show. You can get a free t-shirt just by stopping by. And we're going to do some other fun things in our booth. We'll get into more details on that later on as we get closer to the show. We're also going to be doing live broadcasts every day on the show floor. Steph and I will be coming to you live. We'll try to bring as many guests on as well and get their perspective as well.
Yeah, that'll be cool. We should get as many of our like blog squatters who are going to be at the show on.
Yeah, we should get them all, right? I mean, we should. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Let me email all of them and be like, hey, would you like to come?
There you go. Hey, thanks for watching us. This is Gary K. Steph Beckett. We're here every week. If you enjoy what you're watching, put it on your calendar to watch us every week. We're only about 20 to 30 minutes. Every Wednesday at noon Eastern time, or you can, wherever you're watching this right now, you can probably find the archives. But if you can't find them, just go to ravepubs.com/TV, or go to ravepubs.com and click on the TV link, or go to youtube.com/ravepubs, and you'll find all of these. I think we've done like 105, something like that.
This is I think this is episode 107.
107?
So yeah.
So we've done a lot.
Yeah, I know. And we've been here a while.
2+ years now, and we'll see you live. We want you to come by and say hello as we're broadcasting live at InfoComm this year. We'll give you the details of that a little bit later as we get closer to the show. But Steph, thanks for both of us being here at the same time.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Take care.
See you next time. Bye, everybody.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV.